Murdering a friend for $400. Now, I've done things for $20 that I'm not proud of. But murdering a friend. You're going to have to pay me the big bucks for that. What does auto hide do? Whatever. I will figure out the little guys more next stream.
May 22nd, 2010, in the city of Costa Mesa, California. A dramatic 911
It's always
call was
California,
received
man.
by the Costa
California
Mesa
or
Police
Florida.
Department.
Okay, what's going on, sir?
There's a body in my son's apartment.
There's a what?
A body, a dead body.
A dead body? Are you sure, sir?
I can take this girl, man, I'm sure.
Whoa!
Jesus, she's cold.
Okay, hold on just a minute. Is it someone that you know, sir?
I have no idea who she is. God, I don't know what's going on.
Does your son know who it is?
He's not here. Jesus, honey.
Okay. Do you know where your son
Jesus, lady!
is?
No, I don't. I told you. Phone off.
Okay. Just keep breathing for me, sir, okay? Where in the apartment is she?
She's in the bedroom. She's suspected from sexual activity. She's dead. There's blood from her head. I thought she just to see if she was cold.
There was blood from her head?
Yeah, honey, I don't know what to say.
Okay, just stay in there, okay?
I fear Jesus Christ.
Dude, that's
The victim
that's gotta suck so much just to randomly find a dead
that
body
is being
like
described
that.
to dispatch is 23-year-old Julie Kibuishi. Her body had just been discovered, lying next to a bed, surrounded in a pool of her own blood.
Hello?
I'm still here, sir. I'm not going to hang up, okay? Until there's someone there with you. Is anybody else in the apartment besides you?
Oh, no.
No one else is in there?
Yeah, here's somebody there. Okay. You can talk too, okay? Who are you?
Sir, who are you talking to now?
Pick up, please. Just go. Just go. You've been trying to find him all day. Jake, I'm telling you. Just go. He's not here. Just go. But I don't know. Just go. Just go. I got the cops coming. Go.
Who is that you're talking to?
One of his friends.
One of your son's friends?
No.
Has Jake talked to your son today?
No. I don't need you on the line, okay? I don't need you on the line. I'm good.
The man whose voice you have been listening to belongs
Hold
to
up.
Steve Hare. Steve's son Sam lived in
Hold up. I don't know, man. Now it's starting to feel sus. Now it's starting to feel sus. I don't know.
that apartment but had planned to stay at his parents' house over the weekend. As Friday came and went, Sam was nowhere in sight. It was also quite strange that his phone was turned off. His parents were starting to worry, so on the next afternoon, Steve decided to go check on him, only to find the lifeless body of Julie. Police arrived on the scene, and their investigation immediately began. Besides some empty beer bottles on his porch table, the rest of the apartment was relatively
Wait, what just happened? What did you just do? Prospect, put it back. Put it back. There you go. I guess Prospect has some control over this.
clean. There was a wedding invitation on the kitchen countertop from a couple that Sam must have been friends with, Dan Wozniak and Rachel Buffett. Police noted to investigate this couple at a later time. For now, they moved on to the bedroom where the crime had taken place. To the right of the bed was a small tactical knife sitting on the bedside table. Amongst other items, there were several books, one of which was a soldier's handbook, a guide to military values and skills. To the left,
Who just reads that casually? Why are the minions climbing? All right, I gotta mute it for this video.
of the bed is where they found Julie. She was lying partially on the bed
They keep
in a
climbing
praying
up!
position with her knees on the floor. A message was marked on the back of her shirt that said, "All yours, f*** you." There was a large open wound.
I'll
to the
bring him back
of
after
her
this
head,
video,
but
guys.
untouched, sitting on top of her head, was a tiara. She had met up with her brother Taka and his fiancée for dinner at a local Thai food restaurant the night before. They
There you
had
go, you
asked her
fixed
to
it.
be a part of their upcoming wedding and gave her said tiara as a gift. While they were investigating the apartment, they began to hear a muffled Taylor Swift song coming from somewhere in the room. They followed the noise and they discovered Julie's cell phone with notifications available to read on the lock screen. They then sifted through these messages. They found out that on the night before, Sam had sent her a multitude of messages. These messages started off normal, with a text saying, "Helping Dan," then headed to the folks for the weekend. However, a couple of hours later, his tone shifted to a more perturbing one. "Can you come over tonight at midnight alone? Very upset. Need to talk."
Yeah, that's not, that's a very normal thing for someone to ask at midnight sharp, alone. Do not be followed.
"I'm dealing with some bad family crap. I don't want to be alone. Please don't tell anybody. Please. Please. No sex. I just need to talk." Julie then responded,
No sex?
"I'm here for you like family." Investigators wanted to know more about Sam before they jumped to any conclusions. As it turns out, Sam was actually an Army veteran who had served time in Afghanistan. He was deployed to one of the most dangerous territories, stationed at Camp Keating. However, being a war hero often comes at a toll. His friends said that he was showing signs of PTSD when he came home. Sam and Julie had recently started dating.
Wow, what do you mean? I thought the military took care of PTSD and actually got them therapy afterwards and mental help. Oh wait, they don't? But how? Why?
Shortly after Julie began tutoring him for an anthropology course. That explained why Julie was in Sam's apartment in the first place. However, detectives felt that the most important detail about Sam was that Sam was charged and tried for murder once before. He was accused of luring his friend into an area where gang members then shot him. But Sam was found not guilty and was acquitted on all charges. With this background information on Sam, investigators now had what seemed to be a cut-and-dry theory. Sam, who had been exposed to crime in the past, had been drinking and possibly using other drugs as well. He then had a psychotic episode as a result of his PTSD and proceeded to assault and kill Julie. He then fled the scene.
Okay, case closed. Holy shit. Or maybe not.
The victim was just 23 years old. Her boyfriend is now missing.
He hasn't been seen since last week. Neighbors say his bicycle sits outside his apartment, but his vehicle is gone.
Now, Costa Mesa police have released a photo and vehicle description hoping to locate a 26-year-old man suspected of killing his 23-year-old girlfriend.
Police issued a photo of Sam and a description of his car. They told the public that he was potentially dangerous and to call 911
This is too early.
if they had
There's
any
more
information
to
on his
this.
whereabouts. Sam remained MIA for over a week. Meanwhile, police continued to question everybody involved in Sam and Julie's life, including Dan Wozniak and Rachel Buffett, the engaged couple whose wedding invitation was found on Sam's kitchen countertop. Police knew that Sam had been with Dan just hours before Julie's murder after finding messages on Julie's phone. Dan and Rachel both shared the same story with the detectives. On Friday, May 21st, Sam had arrived at their house accompanied by a man in a black hat. They all had a brief conversation, and then Sam and his friend left. That was it. That was their entire story. While working to corroborate this story, law enforcement was hitting dead end after dead end. However, Sam's dad, Steve, was doing his own investigation. He gained access to Sam's bank account and realized that there was account activity since he had gone missing, as somebody had withdrawn cash from the account 20 miles away in Long Beach. They tracked this activity to the specific ATM and were able to obtain footage from the exact time that Sam's card was being used. However, the person using the ATM wasn't Sam at all. It was a younger man, possibly a teenager. The card had also been used at a pizza place in Long Beach. The pizza place cooperated with law enforcement and provided the address that the order was sent to. Worried that a panicked and dangerous veteran may be there, police conducted a fully fleshed out raid on the pizza purchaser's home. A helicopter circled above the address while a SWAT team with their guns drawn approached and knocked on the door. 17-year-old Wesley Freilich answered, the same teenager seen in the ATM footage. Officers demanded Wesley come out of the house with his hands up. After the chaos settled, it became clear that Sam was not hiding at this teenager's home, so they asked Wesley how he got a hold of Sam's bank card. Wesley told the investigators that he was given the card by none other than Dan Wozniak. Apparently, Dan was his mentor in the acting business. He said that Dan told him that Sam was in trouble with a bail bondsman and needed help withdrawing money. He even had a folder outlining the legalities of what they were doing. Wesley trusted Dan, so he agreed to help. There was something that Wesley found odd. Dan stated that he needed to wear a black hat. He then began withdrawing $400 at a time and delivering the cash to Dan.
$400?
Which explained the recent bank activity. With this new information, the narrative quickly shifted to Dan being the prime suspect in both Julie's murder and Sam's disappearance.
Hold up.
When they reached out to him and asked him to answer some questions at the police station, he told them that his wedding was in 2 days and that he was too busy having a sushi dinner for his bachelor party. Officers then went to the sushi restaurant.
Damn, a sushi dinner?
Dan reacted immediately by saying he was sick of covering for Sam and that he would tell the police everything. So they brought him back to the station for questioning, and his fiancée Rachel followed once she received the news.
Okay, here's what I think's gonna happen, all right? Him and his fiancée needed money for the wedding. And Sam's like, hey, I want to kill my girlfriend. You guys want to work something out? I pay you, help you out with your wedding, and you kill my girlfriend, and we're going to go. That's what I think happened. And now he's going to try to pin the whole thing on Sam.
I need to start from the beginning. Yeah. Friday morning, I woke up and got a call from Sam in the morning who said, "How serious are you about this?" And at the time, I was looking for a little bit of money, so I said, "Very serious. It can't work." She said, "Michigan."
What Dan is talking
Thank you,
about is a
Asia
scheme
Rose.
that Sam had allegedly concocted. The plan was to get 17-year-old Wesley Freilich to withdraw cash from Sam's bank account, which Sam would then report as stolen. Once the bank reimbursed Sam for the stolen cash, they would then divide the cash up between the three of them. Dan then explained exactly how he instructed Wesley to pull it off.
I said, "Okay,
Thank you so much for the sub, for the 2 months.
Wesley, here's what we're going to do. I've treated like I was a co-op guy, pretending to be an actor." So I said, "Here's what you need to do. I'm going to park across the street." And I parked. It was across the street from the bank, so I wouldn't be seen while I was avoiding. I said, "What you're going to do is get out, grab your skateboard, go over there, enter the PIN number, take out $400. Because I heard it was the max that you could take out." He said, "Okay." He asked if it was illegal. I said, no, don't worry. That was a lie to him, too.
After retrieving the money from the ATM, Dan dropped Wesley off at home and let him hold on to Sam's bank card.
Guys,
this scam
write
initially
it down.
took place on Friday afternoon, which was reflected through the bank card transactions. Julie's body was found the next day, on Saturday afternoon. The detectives needed to fill this gap in the timeline, so they asked Dan about the last
A $400 money scam or Julie's dead body? How do they connect? But how?
time that he saw Sam, which was apparently Saturday morning.
I got a knock on my door. I want to say it was about 8:30 in the morning. Okay. Opened the door, it was Sam. He's like, "There's a dead body in my apartment." He's like, "Okay." Basically, as soon as you left me, I started doing some drugs and drinking again because I was very depressed about my family. I said, "What did you do?" He's like, "I got a gun." He asked me for sex. He was pretty he said no, and then he just shot her twice.
Apparently,
Nah, that is a shit story, bro. That is a shit. Blaming it on drugs and alcohol instantly. Nah. No, I don't believe him for a second. Like, I don't know. When someone just instantly jumps to, he started doing drugs and alcohol, and then he shot her because she didn't want to have sex with him. I don't know, man. Yeah, no one heard the gunshots, too. True.
this is when Dan expressed that he did not want to be a part of Sam's predicament. Sam then threatened Dan and Rachel's life and forced Dan to drop him off somewhere. Supposedly, Dan then decided to drive him to the local mall. Now that Dan has admitted to being Sam's accomplice, with knowledge of Julie's murder and transporting the suspect, the detectives
nice to take
decided
advantage of a
collect
vet
his
with
DNA
PTSD.
in order to eliminate him from the crime scene.
What we're gonna do is, this is a swab. We're gonna get a swab for to eliminate you. Should we take a sec?
Eliminate me?
Yeah, eliminate you from any issues. So basically, just open your mouth for me. That's it.
Oh,
Very
okay.
painless. Very painless. Basically, you know, where it is, it's just an elimination process. You're not in trouble with us, you've been honest.
Uh-oh.
Reason why we should find your DNA anywhere.
At this moment, Dan likely realizes that the information he has withheld from the detectives would incriminate him if they find his DNA in Sam's apartment. He decides to quickly explain that he was in fact in Sam's apartment that Friday, and outlines exactly where his DNA might be found.
Now, I was in Sam's
Okay, now when you say DNA... Never mind.
apartment Friday afternoon.
Okay.
And I know I did use the bathroom.
You did use the bathroom?
I used the bathroom, and I went, I'm not sure if I went out on the patio or not. Most of the time I do, but that day I don't know if I did or not.
Okay. We got your DNA?
Yes.
Okay. Where's that DNA gonna show up?
In Sam's car.
What about on Julie?
No, on me actually.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm positive about that.
Did you see Julie dead in the apartment?
No, I did not.
I think you know a little more about this thing than you're divulging to us.
No, I don't.
I think there's a whole lot more.
There may be, but please question me and any gaps that I want to fill. Absolutely.
As far as your participation in this thing.
As far as my participation.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, I helped him get away. Yes, I knew that he had killed someone, and yes, I knew that I...
Stop right there.
Stand up. So I'm saying?
Absolutely, yeah. You're arrested. For murder, okay? Accessory to murder. That's what you're being arrested for.
Damn, dude.
Tell us anymore.
They're not even like beating around the bush anymore. Like, bitch, you got. Like, it's over, man.
Okay, we're done. Hold on. We're done. Whoa. We're done. Unless you want to talk to us, we're done.
I will talk to you about anything if it gets me to my wedding on Friday. That's what I will promise. Anything you want.
Go ahead, we're listening.
Yes, I helped Sam get away. Yes, I did not know what he was planning until then. Yes, I lied to you guys earlier. Yes, I did stuff that I'm not proud of. That's it.
Dan, you got the answers. You can help us. I don't know what else you want me to say. I don't know. Tell us. I don't know. Tell us the truth.
He came down and said, help me. I went upstairs and yes, I saw the goddamn body. Is that what you want to hear?
Oh, there it
We want
is.
to hear the truth.
Oh, there's more.
If this was an audition for the role of an innocent man, Dan just blew it.
Dude, he broke so fucking fast, man. Like, he didn't even... There wasn't even a build-up. He's like, tell us the truth. Okay, fine, all right.
Has now admitted to helping a killer get away, seeing Julie's dead body in the apartment, and then doing nothing about it. The detectives now lie to Dan, stating that his DNA was found on Julie's body. They do this with the hopes that he will give up more incriminating information.
And he's gonna, isn't he?
Because I was right over the body.
What's that?
Because I was right over the body.
Okay. So how'd your DNA get on her?
That I don't know.
DNA doesn't just fall off.
I don't know.
Okay.
I didn't touch her. I didn't do anything.
What did you
Ew.
see?
I saw 2 gunshots in her head. And I saw her pants, like, ripped and cut.
Oh, God, ew. 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 I didn't want to be right about the DNA. I did not want to be right about that. I was just joking. Oh, God.
I saw, like, you written on the back of the shirt.
Where were the 2 bullet wounds?
I don't know. Sam said he shot her twice.
Okay.
And
But
I didn't see.
You just told us you saw 2 bullet wounds. You were standing over.
No.
Okay. Whoa,
Okay.
stop.
Okay.
How did your
you
DNA
didn't?
get on? I was standing over the body. I saw 2 bullet wounds to her head.
Exactly what you said, Dan.
You can't even keep your lies straight.
The reason the detectives are drilling Dan for the 2 bullet hole statement is because they have already seen Julie's gunshot wounds and are aware that Dan's claim to have seen 2 bullet holes is unrealistic. The wounds to Julie's head were nothing short of gruesome, and clearly distinguishing 2 separate bullet holes through the mess of hair, blood, and brain matter was impossible without further examination. There are only 2 people who would know such a fact after a first encounter with coroner/forensic pathologist.
He got.
and the person
Yo, he got. It's game over.
who pulled the trigger.
You're done?
Done.
Instead of escorting Dan to a holding cell, they brought in Rachel to ask him questions herself.
You can go over and sit right there.
So when was the last time you really saw Sam? What happened?
You can't.
There's nothing you can do at this point to
Sure, absolutely.
make it better.
Absolutely. He can be truthful with us and truthful with you and truthful with everyone.
The questioning wasn't going anywhere, so they decided to bring Rachel into another room and question her on her own. She explained that Dan had borrowed money from loan sharks in order to pay their rent, and he would be in danger if he didn't pay them back. Apparently, on the day that Dan was expected to pay the money back, Sam stopped by in the morning and the two went for a drive. Dan ended up returning alone with $400.
He told me the people were going to come break his legs, and he was
Oh my God, the title is right. He really did murder her for $400? Dude.
scared out of his mind. He came down to the apartment because he was going to give Dan a ride. He had $400 somehow on Friday.
After this interview, Rachel was free to go, and Dan was escorted back to a holding cell. Later that evening, Dan placed a call to Rachel from the police department. This is that phone call.
What did you do?
I helped Sam cover some stuff up and helped him get some drugs. That's it. I didn't murder anybody.
My mom's working on canceling all the wedding plans now, and I just talked to Tim, and I need to make a phone call to the detective now. Tim says he has evidence with them, or he knew where it was or something.
Then I'm doomed.
Do you know that Tim had some evidence?
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
The evidence that they are referring to is...
Oh no, I'm gonna get caught for murdering someone. No.
It's a backpack full of Sam's bloody clothes, his wallet, and his phone.
8 ads later? Guys, I wonder if there is a way that you can get rid of ads. Can someone in chat help me out? Can someone in chat tell Tiny Trollbot the secret method? The secret ways of getting around ads.
Dan gave this bag to his brother, Tim, so he could dispose of it and prevent
We're
the cops
broke. Excuses! It's $5! I'll be like that one girl. You guys can't just give me $5? How pathetic are you? What? You don't have expendable income? Pathetic. Pathetic. For my quality streams, I am totally worth $5.
from getting their hands on it. Police later found this bag thrown over Tim's fence as a last-ditch effort to quickly hide the evidence.
This is ridiculous, and I have to go tell the detectives the truth.
No, baby, no.
What if we don't think you're worthy? Impossible. Look at this. How is that not worthy?
Don't
answer that. Don't answer that.
Babe, listen to me. I'm gonna go do something right now, and you're not gonna...
Fine, give me 11 ads.
Understand that?
No.
I have to tell the truth on what I did, and I think you now know what it is, and it's bad. Imagine the worst, and that's what I did.
I love you.
Why?
I'll be right there. Okay.
Following through with his word, Dan requested to speak with the detectives once again.
Okay. Talk to us. What do you have to tell me? You said you wanted to talk to me. What's going on?
I'm crazy and I did it.
You did what?
I killed Julie and I killed Sam.
Okay.
Oh, he killed them both?
I killed them both.
All right.
Wait, Sam?
Came first. It was all just about the money.
Wait, what? Hold up. I didn't know Sam was dead. Wait, when did he die?
100%. Sam is decapitated.
Whoa!
He's at the military base.
Whoa!
His head and hands have been decapitated, as well as his arm that had a tattoo.
What the fuck? Oh my god, this is way worse than I thought. That is, oh Jesus Christ. What the fuck? I've heard of and seen worse? Well, yeah. What? Is that something to brag about? What do you mean? You're the only person in my entire chat that would say that. I did not see this coming. Dude, I didn't think I thought Sam was just a part of it. I thought Sam was like just a part of the whole thing. I didn't think he killed them both. Not yet. Actually, it's true. Prospect would say the same shit. Good point. You know, actually, a lot of people would say the same shit. Y'all are fucking weird, man.
What was going on in your mind?
Y'all are a bunch of trauma one-upping Andys. Like you're the type of people that someone's like, oh man, I saw this video of like someone getting their arms and legs ripped off by a lion, and it was so brutal. It's like, that's it? You're traumatized by that? Pathetic. Loser. My trauma's way worse than yours.
You were dismembering the body, dismembering Sam's body.
I was actually smiling and laughing.
Possibly the most disturbing aspect of this
No. No one confesses to that? Who confesses to that? I don't know. Dude, there's something up here. This feels weird, man. This feels weird. Like, all of a sudden, yeah, I decapitated all of his organs, his body, ripped out his penis, and I was smiling and laughing during all of it.
confession is that just hours after murdering and dismembering Sam, Dan performed as usual, dancing and singing in a theater musical called Nine.
Top of the morning to you, Guido, 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 me and you will be my true love.
Backstage, while the play was still ongoing, Dan texted Julie using Sam's phone to lure her to the apartment.
Oh my God! Oh!
Later that evening. He says he then staged the scene to frame Sam. The next day, he disposed of Sam's body and proceeded to give another performance.
See what I mean?
What the fuck? I regret being a theater kid? Dude, I was a theater kid too. And I'll tell you one thing, this guy sucks at being at theater. He sucks. Terrible performance.
Now satisfied with the confession Dan has provided, the detectives wanted to understand his motive for killing Sam.
And your motive behind killing Sam was?
Money and insanity.
Money and insanity. Okay.
Directly following this interrogation, Dan was charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder. Despite his clear-as-day confession, he would later plead not guilty to his charges. Dan called Rachel once more to tell her what he had just told the detectives.
I shot him 2 times in the back of the head. And then I grabbed his credit cards and I grabbed Wesley and we took money out of his account.
$400, guys. $400. That's what he took out.
Sam's apartment and shot her twice in the back of the head.
How did nobody hear the gun?
I don't know. I got lucky.
Dude, Rachel dodged a goddamn bullet. I mean, that's a terrible pun. I'm not trying to make a pun there, but she really fucking did. Oh my God. Dude, let's be real. Dan would have ended up killing her at some point.
I love you, baby.
No, you don't. Don't say that.
Insane and so stupid.
Don't say that.
But I know in your twisted little mind you were doing it.
Don't you dare! Don't you dare say that! What is wrong with you, Rachel? What is wrong with you? Nuh-uh. Dude, nuh-uh. What the fuck?
Wanted to be happy with me. And I hate you for screwing it up.
Shortly after the details of the killing went public, a man contacted the police with another story. The man's name was Chris Williams, and he was another struggling performer. He said that...
Dude, couldn't he literally just ask Sam for money? Like, what is... Oh, man.
He was friends with Dan and Rachel, and he was actually the one who had lent them the loan shark money that Dan needed to pay back. Apparently, Chris had provided Rachel and Dan $2,000 of his own money. He then told them that it was from dangerous people to help guarantee that he would be paid back. This means that on the day of the murder, Dan did not owe any leg-breaking loan sharks money. He actually owed Chris. It also turns out that on that day, Chris attempted to...
That's actually a really smart way to get your money back. Is be like, hey, I'll give you this, but like, you better pay back or bad shit's gonna happen. Dude, you rolled a crit fail? That's embarrassing.
Retrieve his money at the same time that Sam had arrived at their apartment, and he witnessed Dan leave with Sam. Then, 3 hours later, return home without him. He says that Dan was essentially in a full-blown panic attack, and he smacked down $400 on the table. Rachel was visibly angry. A week later, while preparing for Dan and Rachel's wedding, he was informed about the murders. He made the connection that they occurred on the same day as his peculiar encounter with them, so he dialed 911 immediately. This story introduced more suspicion onto Rachel. A credible witness is now saying that she knew about the loan all along, while she is claiming that Dan was solely responsible for it. So the detectives brought Rachel back.
Hold up. Yo. No way. Is she a part of this, dude? You know what? Actually, I wouldn't put it past her. After saying that shit, after saying that she still loves him after all this, I guess she's a part of it too.
Again for another interview.
Why don't you tell me why you forgot to tell me about this?
Dude, why are my eyes so itchy? Fuck.
Because honestly, I was
They're
afraid
dry.
that if you knew that Chris had seen us that day, I don't know who Chris knows, and I don't know if he knows me very bad.
Well, you don't think we were going to find out?
They'll come to me.
Did you think we were not going to find out?
I guess not. I don't know. I'm a little bit afraid.
Well, I can tell you.
The detectives did not believe Rachel, so they had her wear a voice stress analyzer, a lie detection device that aims to differentiate between stressed and non-stressed outputs in a response to stimuli. The National Institute of Justice says the chance of detecting deception is about 50% with these devices. However, they also say that the subjects may be deterred from lying if they think their responses can be proven false.
Did you plan the murder with Dan?
I'm trying to remember everything I can. I've told you guys everything I know. I'm completely innocent.
He's gone for 3 hours and he comes back having a heart attack.
Yeah.
We know he's out killing Sam at that point.
I thought he was just overreacting because he thought he was afraid of loan sharks and getting hurt. I'm sorry that I am not the kind of person who just goes berserk and loses their mind when they hear this. I just sit there in shock and soak it in.
You were in shock.
Rachel stuck to her story, and there wasn't any physical evidence to tie her to the murders, so the detectives had no choice but to let her go for now. With Dan in jail and Rachel continuing to profess her innocence, the detectives worked with the district attorney to begin building their case. After 2 years into the investigation, they finally made the decision to arrest and charge Rachel for being an accessory to murder after the fact. Basically, the only crime they could feasibly arrest her for was lying about two things: her dealings with Chris, who was at the apartment the day of the murders, and the fabricated man in the black hat, who wasn't at the apartment at all. Rachel ended up pleading not guilty, and even held a press conference after posting her bail.
Are you saying you're innocent? What are you saying? Completely innocent.
She quickly capitalized on the limelight while she was out on bail, participating in several interviews with news stations and even Dr. Phil.
Oh my God, dude. Ew. Fuck these people. Oh God, I hate when people do that. I'm such a victim in this. I'm such a victim in all this. Give me some fame. Put me on Dr. Phil. Give me some money.
You know that he had any involvement in these murders at all?
Not until after the police did.
I was aghast when I get a call saying you're going on TV. That offends me.
I understand.
I agree.
And maybe I made a bad judgment call by coming on here, but I didn't come out when everything first happened and said, oh, look at this horror.
Like, what's the fucking point, you know? Like, think about it. What is going on Dr. Phil do for her in any way? Like, what does it do? Nothing. It doesn't make her, like, any better. Like, everyone already knows everything there is to know about the case, supposedly. So it's like, what's the point of even going on there?
Horrible situation. I'm the victim. You didn't see me selling my...
What if all she really wanted was out of it? Then she wouldn't go on Dr. Phil. She would let it go. She wouldn't talk about it. She wouldn't make it her personality, which is what she's doing. Like, she's literally going around and like begging for attention about this goddamn situation. If she wanted to not be a part of it, she wouldn't be doing this. You know?
Story to Hollywood to make a movie.
Not yet.
Rachel wasn't the only one taking advantage of the spotlight. While in jail awaiting his trial, Dan took part in an episode of MSNBC's Lockup, where he seems to recant his confessions.
I want people to know that I'm a good guy. I enjoy long walks on the beach. I'm an Aries.
Dan began his turn in court. Orange County Senior Deputy District Attorney Matt Murphy urged jurors to impose the death penalty for Dan.
How many layers of awful do we need before the death penalty is appropriate? Before the death penalty is the only possible way we can satisfy justice in a case. He did not care about those people. And now I'm asking you to care about those people. Through your verdict, I'm asking you set this right.
I agree.
You take care of business when you go back there.
Hell yeah. Give it to him.
You take care of business. Thank you.
In response to the prosecution, Dan's defense team said it was really Rachel who had manipulated him into committing these atrocious acts.
Oh my
and therefore,
God,
Dan
dude.
should not be met with the
Everyone in this are pieces of shit. Oh, I hate everyone. I hate all of these people. Oh my God.
death penalty. On January 11th, 2016, after less than an hour of deliberation, a jury recommended the death penalty for 32-year-old Daniel Patrick Wozniak.
Hell
The
yeah.
jury find the defendant, Daniel Patrick Wozniak, guilty of the crime of murder in the first degree.
It is death for a double murderer who needed
Hell
money for
yeah.
his wedding and tried
Let's
to frame
go,
one of his
dude.
victims for his deadly deed. As CBS 2 Orange County reporter Michelle Geely shows us, the victim's family members had a lot to say to the killer.
It is the order of this court that you shall suffer the death penalty.
Convicted
Hell
Orange
yeah.
County killer Daniel Wozniak, a community theater actor before his capture, has been sentenced to death for his real-life role as the mastermind in a gruesome double murder.
You, Dan, are a coward and a poster boy for the need of the effective death penalty in California. My only regret that in this state won't let me kill this coward myself.
Let's go, dude. That's what I'm saying. Let's fucking go. That's what I want. I want this dude to get strapped to a chair and just put in a goddamn ring and let the family just go at him. You know, let him rip. Just let him go, man. God, that's what we need. That's what we need. That's pure justice right there. Just let him go to town.
Thank you.
You took her precious life and then you disgraced her. How could you do anything like that to my baby?
Dan was sentenced to death, but is currently residing at the Salinas Valley State Prison. As for Rachel, she went to trial in September of 2018, and her defense attorney tried their best to explain the flaws in her timelines and details. After 5 hours, the jury came back with a verdict.
We, the jury, in the above entitled action, find the defendant, Rachel May Buffett, guilty.
In the end, Rachel Buffett was sentenced to 32 months in prison, and around 5 of those months were shaved off due to time served while awaiting trial. She was then released in 2019. Also in 2019...
I mean, honestly, that makes sense. Like, they can't really put her in for that long just for, you know, knowing about it.
Governor Gavin Newsom signed a moratorium on the death penalty in California, which means that Daniel Wozniak is not allowed to be killed via lethal injection as previously planned.
What? What? Huh?
I have always wanted to express my condolences to the Hare and Kibuishi families and offer support, but I assumed that any contact from me, a complete stranger before this case, would not be welcomed or helpful, so I sought to be respectful by giving them space. I hope my silence has not been misinterpreted as callous. I'm also so sorry that any of my actions caused more pain to the Hare and Kibuishi families. I wish Sam and Julie were still here. I wish I could have done something to save them. I wish I never met Daniel Wozniak. I wish I never let him into my life.
I
I'd
wish
say
I
so.
saw him for the liar and the manipulator he was from day one. And I wish there was something I could do to fix this now.
I mean, you did say, like, hey, I know you murdered, decapitated, and, like, mutilated these people for $400, but I still love you. Still love you.
My heart goes out to the Heron Kibiwishi families.
Yeah, I don't believe anything she says, to be honest. What are your thoughts about this case? Gross. Ew. Makes me angry. I'm angry.
Now it's time to walk away. I hope you enjoyed your stay. Did you laugh or cry or maybe subscribed? I'll thank you either way. You know I will miss you. I hope you return. Tell your friend or your mother to get me more views, please.